Why is it not connecting?
Yeah, good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, everybody. Call the May 15, 2023 meeting of the Rotary Club of Raleigh to order. you're probably used to seeing me in a blazer or a suit and tie even, but in honor of our things of the great, we're more of a fundraiser we had last Thursday. Wanted to thank John Cates and Lucy Inman for buying, paying the price to play a round of golf with me. They don't know what they're getting into yet. So we're in the heart of fighter, straight from the 1960s, at my 26 iron. Okay. Setting the tone for the meeting today. Welcome everybody, and as we always do, but before we get this started, we will have Tommy Keller come on and do the invitation for today and the pledge of allegiance.
Was that one of you, bad boys throwing out Mr. Rogers vibe? Is that what I heard? I thought it was. All right, very good, very good. We will overlook it today. All right, very good. If you'll bow your head, we'll have our invitation. Dear Lord, there are so many things that we take for granted. Let us not ignore them today. Help us, gracious God, remember that this life is a gift, that our health is a blessing, and that today is a new day filled with awesome potential, and that we have the capacity to bring something wholly new and unique and good into this world. Help us to remember, dear Lord, to be kind and patient with the people who love us and with those whom we work with and interact with each day. Teach us all the beauty that we so often ignore and listen to the silent longing of our own souls to hear. Help us, O Lord, to remember you and to be worthy instruments of your will. Amen. If you please rise for pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic one day under God, indivisible, liberty. Sweet home,
You sang God Save the Game last time. We just it's a very special guest today. Our first two guests win the award for traveling the farthest, come to the meeting today. But we want to warmly welcome from India. They're Rotarians, visiting Rotarians from India. They're visiting their daughter who lives and works in our area, AJ Kumar, and his wife, Vijaya Lakshmi. Yes, we welcome you. Yes, hope you enjoy yourselves and compare how your meetings compare to our meetings. Well, it's the golf club before your meeting. And then we also have a couple of special guests via John Luke. John Luke, would you like to introduce your guests?
Yeah, absolutely. So today I'm Travis Finally, who is the CFO of Disability Rights North Carolina, as well as Dr. Ian Marcus, who's the CEO of Disability Rights North Carolina. And I don't know if you just maybe have to say just a couple of words about the art that they have.
Everyone, I'm Mr. James for North Carolina. We are a 501c3 nonprofit law firm. We advocate for people with all types of disabilities of all ages throughout North Carolina.
Great, welcome.
It's not here.
I'm sorry.
Scott's right here visiting.
Scott is going to be introduced later. He's having his first meeting today, so he's the elevated above guest for today. Get excited. Yeah. Also, please remember, and we have here today Heather Hooper, the executive director, CEO of. And but our red buckets, we collect change for IOUs on the monopoly money, and it all adds up at the end of the year. So please be generous, especially in the year. We don't have much left in this Rotary year, so we all add it all up, and at the end of the Rotary year, we send the total that we keep track of to the dimensional lines, and hopefully it'll be a good sum this year. He's been roaming around somewhere in Texas for the past couple of weeks, but Charlie Epshaw's back. And Charlie, you want to see if you can collect some happy dollars for today?
Yes, sir. Thank you for the song. Good to be back with my friend. Your wife working on her way. Well, I like state stuff and good to be back. And I'll throw $1 in tomorrow. I had a very exciting day. Some of y'all watched that UNCTV PPS one for Hankton Church. It's coming to the Museum of Art tomorrow, and my wife has got tickets. So I'm going to Hankton Church, and I might be on TV 1 year from now.
I have $5. This past week, we had a gender reveal for our family, in Goldsboro. We're expecting our next, our daughter in October.
$5 general for the great time we all had last Thursday night. We'll hear more about it, but for those of you who were there, you know, and who weren't, you missed a great time and a really well-run successful fundraiser last Thursday night. So here you go. Thank you. Thank y'all. Okay, thank you. By the way, I'm going to give this to John Cates, who asked for one. He's traveling to Minnesota, he said, just remember, if you're going to visit, if you're going to be traveling and plan on visiting a club, call ahead of time and take one of our banners. So this tradition will do that. John will take that. I got a couple boxes up in here to pass out later. Excuse me.
You want to do a guess?
Yes, yeah. And I know Carrie and Eric will be taking a number to Australia as well. So. Thank you, Kurt. Let me officially present our club banner to our special guest from India. Meetings next week. We have a fellow who's going to tell us about our banks and how the regional banks are doing these days, etc. So this should be very timely and interesting talk. Remember, we have no meeting on Memorial Day, so don't come here. No one will be here. We will have though a service total fifth meeting that you'll hear more about earlier that week. And on June 5th is a special meeting. That's when we will award our vocational service leadership award to Dr. Joseph Gordon. And that will be a special meeting. And so be sure you don't miss that. Also, upcoming district events again this Saturday is the district assembly in the morning. Go on the activity or contact Linda to register for any of these. And then come out and support our incoming president, Terry Supper, who will be formally inducted at the installation banquet on June 28th out in Cary. I'll be there. We typically have a table of us, 8, 9, or 10 of us. So please come join us and register. It's a fun evening. drinks, dinner, speeches, productions, installations, all that. So, come out and please support Gary and as well, with that. Fine, you know, Raleigh today. Right, thank you, everybody. Now, remember when you were here last week. Was somebody said Tommy won the raffle. Well, that's the beginning.
No, I'm out today. We had a late start today, because the tickets had taken a trip to the fundraiser. And so, if you bought a ticket today, your chances are actually pretty good. We got a smaller box than usual. We've got about $53, but I think there's gonna be a good winner here. Let's see, who didn't buy today, we'll let them draw. Let's see, Terry, you did? Thank you, sir. There you go, don't cheat, all right? Yeah, let's see who we got. You wanna call it? Call it. 1922.
1922.
Yes.
Who is that? Is that the Brad? Very good. Thank you, Tommy. And that leads us right into Nosy Neighbor. All right, it's Tommy again. Tommy, what do you have in store for us today?
So I don't know how many of you, since he's joined, have gotten to know Diamante a little bit, but the feedback from folks that I talk with, that talk with him, is really like exceptional. Everybody's talking about how enthusiastic he is, and how sincere he is about service and everything. We just thought it'd be a great thing to pull up some new members, get them in front of you guys. So come on up here, I'm gonna let you take the mic, I'm gonna jump on the side. So let's start off, tell them a little bit about work, what it is that you do for a living when you're not here at Rotary.
All right, so I work for State Employees Credit Union. Basically, I work on Wake Forest Road in the collateral department. What we're doing is managing car titles. So if they don't have our liens on them, we have to get those liens recorded because, hey, if we give you their money, we want to secure our liens.
In our office, we get calls from you guys very, very regularly, so your folks are doing the jobs. Best memory of one of your parents or one of your children? I assume this is about your parents.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. There we go.
Actually, it was with my father. Me and my dad, when we was younger in Johnson County, everybody used to have a pond that you could go to. So what we would do is actually, we used to do this thing on Saturdays, and get me and my cousins and stuff, we would all go pond hopping. Well, this one particular day, and we were seeing a snake come in, and I was so scared. I'm like 12 years old at the time, and I was at like a 5-year-old, and I jumped on my dad's back. But when I did that, and he was staying, it actually messed up his ankle. But he carried me, and I love my dad forever for doing this. Even with that messed up ankle, he said, "I'm still going to protect you and carry you all the way to the car." So that's the best memory I have. So my dad is my protector.
You didn't get spanked in the car.
Yeah,
Very good. And how about, tell us about a time when you were able to narrowly escape danger.
Hanging out with friends, I was 16 years old. Well, we were trying to go to a certain store, but within the store, there was these 3 ballers. Thinking, whatever, and I'm thinking I'm gonna just jump this fence and escape. I mean, these dogs ain't gonna do nothing. They were acting very aggressive, but I got caught on the fence. Caught on the fence. Lord forgive me, I split my pants. And I'm never again. When I see dogs and stuff like that now, nah, I'm good.
All right, Diamante, to close us up, tell us about something in your life or something that you participated in that just brings you a lot of joy personally.
I'm also a trustee at my church. One thing I love is I want to say Jesus Christ is my hand and savior of my life. With that being said, I also, this past Saturday, I know we had an event, but I had to participate in my food drive. And with the food drive, we fed over 140 families in Durham. One second.
guys, if you like what you're hearing from Jim all day, get with them outside the meeting, get some coffee, get some lunch, talk together, see how you can serve the community. Jim all day, thank you, brother.
So it's time for a report on fundraising, and I'll have Carrie come up and have you.
Thanks, President. My name is Carrie Suffern, and I'm this year's Director of Fundraising. This past Thursday, we had a fantastic event across the street at City Club. 49 Rotarians and their guests attended. It was from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. We started out shilling, doing some silent bidding on some wonderful silent auction items, and we tasted 4 fantastic wines. I think my favorite was the Chardonnay. I know that the person in the Chardonnay. All of them were fantastic. And then we ended up the evening with a live auction with our Mayor Kurt Warner. Asked him to write you a wine description if you ever need it, and ask him about the one that he read on last Thursday. I'll just say that I'm glad that the attendees were 21 and over. So. But it was great. We had a lot of fantastic sponsors. You could show that slide. Would like to acknowledge, and we had 2 platinum sponsors, Eric Larson with Larson Group, Mr. Charlie Upshaw with Capital Investment Companies. Thank you both very much. And then our gold sponsors, Charles King and Sky Farm, Tom Holder and First Bank, Brandy Giroux with Town Bank, John Cates, who came with his daughter. It was a pleasure to get to meet her, and Kate's Farm, and Mark Blake in Brownland Funeral Home, and Mark was also able to make it to the event, which was wonderful. And then special thanks as well to our silver sponsors, Sarah and Terry Reeves and Mr. John Cannell. So thank you guys. I'll give you a We also had a lot of wonderful donors. I'm not going to read through the whole list, but we had a beautiful bracelet from Reliable Jewelry. Mary Moss donated a beautiful package for Umstead Spa and Hotel, plus so many others. In fact, Tom Hacker, his first round of golf was bought at the buy at once price, so he graciously donated another one, which went very fast. So his was the first item to go at the silent auction. So that was wonderful. And I also want to acknowledge Linda. Linda put in a lot of hours for this event, as well as Elsa, everybody that came out, Juicy. I didn't see where you were saying Juicy way back there, Juicy, and everybody else. Thank you guys so much. So the big news, everybody's waiting for numbers, I'm sure. We don't have the net amount yet, but the gross amount that we raised was way over our 5,000 that we had a goal of. So our gross amount was 15,100. That is in large part to the people that applauded our silent auction. I see Mr. Jim Dorsett back there. I believe he's going to Tuscany. Hopefully not.
I'll tell my wife.
Okay, I didn't know. And I wanted to thank everybody for their support, all your help, and we're excited that Juicy's gonna take the reins of fundraising next year. He's got some amazing ideas, and we're just gonna have a great year. So thank y'all so much.
Well, thank you, Carrie, and everybody working for Carrie, and this is why we had a fundraiser as well. Your support helps not only our club, this fundraiser, but a portion also into our foundation. And this is the money from our foundation that we have donated this year to various organizations. We still have a little bit more to our donation budget to give, but it's been a great year selecting these very worthwhile causes and organizations and donating money and raising the money at the bottom for the Salvation Army. So I think for our foundation, Eric and Patty, who's taking over in charge of it, and everybody who supports it. Thank you once again, because that makes all this possible.
What's in the foundation there? How much?
How much in the foundation? Eric, it goes up and down with the economy, but let's play this to you. $620,000. So, spent a lot of work and contributions over the years, and like Eric said, Eric is not retiring or leaving this club, we'll get to $1 million, so that's a good one. Richard, would you like to come up? Yeah. This is our service chair, Richard A. Ritter.
Good afternoon.
You don't know him?
Last Saturday, we had a service project, Habitat for Humanity, where Kevin Sumners led Jean-Luc, Eric, Tiffany, and a friend of Tiffany's, is that correct? Amanda? Ashley. You know, I was talking to Kevin this morning, thanking him for leading this group, and he was sharing with me that they had 150 people out there. And Kevin's a volunteer leader. Now, it's one thing to, you know, lead people doing one task, but I can't imagine leading people the number of tasks like building a house. So just shows what kind of person Kevin is. So thank you for leading that. But it's a successful event. They were out there all day. It's beautiful weather, and we appreciate everyone who attended and obviously the support of this club for the Habitat project, Habitat for Humanity. Next month, we have a collection drive for No Woman, No Girl. I'll have a list of items, a little more about that for next week's newsletter. And in July, we start a new Rotary year. We'll be back on another Habitat program. This Wednesday at 5:30, we have a service club meeting. Be welcome to attend via Zoom. We'll have a tight agenda. We'll just kind of have a year in review and talk about other projects and be an open conversation. So thank you for your support of our community.
Asking Richard to stand up here. If you recall, last week I gave a report on the district conference. For those of you who weren't here, our club was given the award for the most participation and activity and service projects over this year compared to all the other clubs in the district. So it was a very, I think, well earned, and it's very prestigious award. It really shows the dedication of our club, and especially our motto of service above self. Richard asked me if I could send him a photo of the certificate, but I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. And I think I know someone who deserves a certificate to keep it for the club more than me, and I just wanted to present it to Richard.
You know, I got an email from Tom on Friday, so you're gonna be in the meeting. I thought I was gonna be on double secret probation for not being a fundraising event Thursday. Thank you very much. Wow.
And now on to some exciting news for membership. Our membership chair, Harrison Turner. Harrison.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Harrison Turner, the head of our membership for the Rotary Club of Raleigh. Today, Scott, if you will please come up front with me. Thank you so much. We get the opportunity and the honor to have Scott Sammy for his, he's a transfer from the Cary McGregor Club. So we're kind of taking his first and second reading and putting it together so we can have him inducted next week. But today we have the privilege of doing the reading for Scott Sammy, who's sponsored by Bill Lauren. Scott comes to us as a transfer from the Cary McGregor Club, which he joined back in 2019. Is that right? Scott graduated from NC State University in 1999 with a degree in mechanical engineering and worked in manufacturing consulting for 22 years. Most recently as a vice president at Mid-South Engineering in Cary. In August of 2022, Scott transitioned to Tasking General Contracting, where he serves as the senior project manager, overseeing commercial and industrial construction projects. Scott lives in Apex with his wife for 21 years, and his son, who's a freshman at Apex High. Scott, you've been a member of Rotary since 2019. Why Rotary? What excites you about Rotary?
Well, Rotary was kind of the thing that I didn't know I was looking for in my life. I really didn't know much about Rotary, except when you drive around any town, you see the sign that says Rotary meets here. Never really knew what Rotary did. One of the other organizations organizations that I'm a member of, given a lot of time to over the last 10 or 15 years as professional engineers in North Carolina. One of my fellow engineer friends there was a charter member, Kerry McGregor, just over lunch one day, started telling me about Rotary, asking me if I'd want to come to a meeting. Just kind of finished the week, we did on all the great things that Club was doing, and it really struck me how they were connected to the community. They're doing some amazing things worldwide, but just really the connection to the community, all the different organizations, the way they supported things was really kind of the way to get back to the people around me that I had kind of been looking for and didn't really even realize it until I knew about Rotary. So came with Rotary pretty quickly. We hit, and we all sort of did meetings from our home for a year or so. And then just when I came back, switched jobs and came downtown Raleigh. So that's what brings me to you all today.
Thanks, Scott. Again, the connection with Scott is a wonderful guy. Excited to have him part of the club. Thank you so much, Scott. Appreciate it. And a few quick announcements, yes, so we do not have a Memorial Day that following Monday, the 29th. We do not have a Rotary meeting, but what better way to go into the Memorial Day weekend than with meeting for a service social on May 25th, which is a Thursday. East Bowers Cider Company, I don't know if anybody's seen that, but it's over in the new development where the Ironworks is at, off of Atlantic and Wake Forest in that area. It is Raleigh's first hard cidery. They've got a bistro over there. It's beautiful. So I think it's gonna be a great venue. Please come out, enjoy a cider or a beer, bring some snacks to our schools that we sponsor, and walk into the Memorial Day weekend with some Rotary fellowship. And then lastly, for new members, we're having our second new member orientation for this Rotary calendar year. It's going to be on June 27th, which is a Tuesday at 5:45 p.m. at Tom Packer's house, because we should just go over there and hang out with Tom. It's very excited to have more details to come on that, but if you have not been part of the new member orientation, please mark your calendar for that June 27th at 5:45. I will have fun over at test. Thanks, Adam.
Great, thanks, Eric. And the last orientation we had was this winter, I think in February. It was at my house. We had several new members, and it was a great meeting. We really, you learned about Rotary and some of the details and history about it, but the best part was just talking to each other, getting to know each other, and about what Rotary had meant to us, how we got into it, and transfer some of that to the new members and answer any questions that you have. So hopefully, if you haven't been to new member orientation, you're warmly welcome to come to one on June 27th. We do have some anniversaries. No one was born in this past week in the club, but Richard and Lisa, Everett, congratulations on your anniversary coming up. The 15th. Just today. Hopefully you remember. I watched the very end of the golf tournament on Sunday. Jason Day won. He hadn't followed golf at all. He had won several years. He was there at the end of the tournament. His whole family was there. His wife, and then their 4 kids, and she's pregnant, their 5th. And he was answering questions at the end of winning this big golf tournament down in Texas. And he said, and they asked him about, Mother's Day, and he goes, "Whoops, I need to get something." In addition to the, his purse that he won, but and then tomorrow, a special anniversary, Carrie and Sarah Reeves. Hey, lucky woman. Not here. Zoom ball. And then Eric and Jerry Haywood on the 16th as well. Bill, we have an anniversary coming up on the 19th. Since 50 year. Congratulations. It's been half a century. That's fine. Jessica Cunningham was just married on Saturday, so you got you can add that to inspire too. Congratulations, Jessica. Somebody give a hand to Jessica, who was very and then Marcy Davis on May 21st. So congratulations tomorrow. You'll see her and contact him. But now, it gives me great pleasure to introduce our speaker today, Matt Furlough. I met Matt through Jean-Luc a while back, and we had a fun lunch together. Since then, I have referred a couple of members, Richard, Everett, and Diamante, to Matt, because talking with Diamante and Richard, just golf came up. And they each said that they wanted to get into playing golf, but didn't know really where to go. They're beginner, basically, and didn't know where to get clubs, didn't know where to get basic instruction. So I sent their names to Matt, who responded and offered his help and all that. So if anybody of you are in the same situation, feel free to contact Matt, and he'll get you started at least. But by way of introduction, Matt is a Greensboro native who has pursued his passion for sports and recreation by completing his degrees from Western Carolina University and Virginia Commonwealth University. He holds a bachelor's degree in Parks and Recreation Management and a master's degree in sports leadership. In 2020, Matt joined the First Tee Triangle team, where he currently works as a valued member of their leadership team. In his role, he contributes to developing and implementing programs aimed to empower young people through golf and character education. And when he's not working, Matt enjoys spending quality time with his family, exploring new places to travel, playing golf, and staying fit by working out. It's a very unique and valuable program of helping children and challenging them and teaching them a lot of life lessons through golf. So I'm looking forward to hearing Matt Furlough from First Tee tell us about that today. So Matt, welcome. My 6 hours right here if you get trouble.
All right, good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for having me today. You've got a beautiful room filled with lots of big smiles, and I'm excited to share a little bit about First Tee Triangle. But before I get started, I just want to kind of feel the room. How many of you, raise your hands, have heard of First Tee Triangle before? Just briefly. Okay. How many of you are golfers? And by golfer, I mean you play a little bit, maybe you play often. Don't, maybe you keep score, maybe you don't, but at least you just get out there and have fun. Okay, good, awesome. Well, today my goal is to not only tell you about First Tee Triangle, what we do in the community, but also maybe share my passion with it, and maybe have you take away something that we do that you can go and incorporate into your community projects and things that you guys do as a club here in the community. We're talking about some awesome things you're doing, so I hope that I can help share that with you. So, probably wondering who are we? Who is First Tee Triangle? So, First Tee as a whole is an international nonprofit organization founded in 2000 in Richmond, Virginia. Richmond, Virginia is skipping a hop away from us, so not too far. But founded in 2000. A couple of years later, First Tee of Lake County was originated. First Tee. We were founded here. We only served Raleigh. We only served Lake County in 2004, and since then we have since kind of rebranded in 2007 the First Tee Triangle. We found a great passion in serving Lake County, and there was a lot of surrounding areas that we were not touching that we really felt could be beneficial to our program to the kids. And so we expanded the First Tee Triangle, and now we serve Raleigh, Durham, Chapel Hill. We're actually in 7 counties that are around this area. So we have a much larger span now. But fun fact for you, there's 140 First Tee chapters worldwide. Most recently, Madagascar was the most recent chapter that opened. So we have grown substantially. Take out the metropolitan cities. First Tee Triangle is one of the largest chapters in all of First Tee. So we, like I said, we have grown substantially over the years, and we're excited to be where we are here in 2023. Currently, staff-wise, we're at 9 full-time staff, 75 plus part-time staff, and then 3 interns. So kind of doing what we can with our big part-time staff. They really, between part-time staff and volunteers, they really help us keep going. So awesome. Let me dive in.
So what do? I gave you a little bit of background on who we are. Now I'm gonna share a little about what we do. So we teach character education through the game of golf. You're probably like, what is that? Well, golf, as we all know, you can play golf when you're 9 years old, 59, 99. Age is just a number when it comes to golf. And so we work with kids ages 5 all the way up to 18, that predominantly are from low to moderate income households. But there's no restrictions. We serve any kid. And we work with those kids and we teach them the aspects of golf while incorporating life skills into our program. And so we understand that there may come a time where you don't want to play golf anymore. Maybe you want to go be a dentist or a chemist or a teacher or a stay-at-home mom. All those are great, but there are skills from the sport that you can take with you to whatever career path that you want to go into. And so that's what we kind of focus on, is teaching the kids those skills, those life skills, those core values that they can take with them no matter where they want to go. And so we do, in conjunction with that, we also we tie in real world preparation. So everybody has mentors growing up, everybody has people they look up to, role models, and we try to formalize our program so we can have role models for our kids, whether they're 5 years old, whether they're 12, whether they're 18. And we think it's important to have that father figure, mother figure, or leader, or whoever it is in their lives that they can learn from and look up to. So we offer different opportunities to prepare the kids for the big pictures in life. 2 ways that we do that: we have a professional development series. So we have our a series where the kids come in, we work on them with financial literacy. And we teach them with interviewing and professionalism, eye contact, handshakes, those types of things. The things that they might not be getting at home, or maybe they're not getting in their school, in their classroom, we try to touch on and really focus on outside of the on the golf course, in our programs, and stuff like that. And then the most unique and our newest piece of the puzzle is our junior advisory council, which is for 15 to 18-year-olds. They are first triangle participants who serve as mentors for our younger participants. So those 15 to 18-year-olds who are on the tail end of their time with us, getting ready to go to college, getting ready to go start a new work career, or travel the world, whatever their targets are. We want to have them as mentors for our younger kids. Role models, see things that the younger kids seeing them doing that they want to do, and hopefully inspire them to do that later on in their career. So that's, the junior advisory council is our most recent addition, which has up to 19 members in it right now of older kids mentoring young kids. So got to start somewhere. We're super excited about that. But that's a little bit about what we do. And then in transition, I've got some photos sprinkled in here so you can kind of just see a lot of our beautiful kids and the different aspects that we kind of present to them for and all of our different events, which as we go through, I'll kind of touch on once. Continuing on by the numbers. These numbers are just from the past year. So, we could go, we've served since 2004, we've served over 20,000 kids during our time here in the triangle. But just in the past year, over 1,500 participants served last year. And that 1,500 number, every kid discounts one time, no matter how many times they participate in a program. So they can always come back, or each kid is only counted once in terms of that number. So 1,500 is our highest number yet. So we're super excited to be building off and piggybacking off that into 2023 year. And hopefully we can eclipse about 16. Our goal for this year is about 1650. So hopefully we can get to that. But a little bit of a breakdown of who we serve. 51% are non-Caucasian. Again, 40% are female, and 53% receive 100% financial aid. So they're fully participating on free of charge on their behalf. So some of those things, we really hang our hats on, we really take pride in. We really try to go out and take our programs to the kids that need it the most. So 45% retention, 173 volunteers. I mentioned we have 75 part-time staff, but we couldn't do what we do without that 173 volunteers right there. They really are the lifeblood of our organization, they're the lifeblood of our programs. They coach our kids, they mentor our kids, they bring their kids in and they make friends. It's really awesome to see our volunteers and the trees grow as we continue on. Very appreciative of the volunteers, but a couple of things: 50+ school teachers employed. I'll touch on this when we get into our programs. We are in schools in Wayne County, and a way for us to give back to the teachers and to those that have helped us is we hire school teachers to teach our programs. Give them a little extra income, give them a little extra support. We provide the equipment, we provide everything they need, and they get more time with the kids. So that's kind of a unique way to give back and spend a lot of time helping teach our programs and working with our kids. Then the most unique thing is 1,000 plus miles walked on course by our kids last year. Can you imagine walking 18 holes and then times of that, I don't even know how many rounds? That's a lot of miles, but I'm super excited again. So the bread and butter of what we do is kind of broken down onto this slide. I'd like to kind of dive into that a little bit, but first is our weekly classes. So this is what we call our green grass facilities. Green grass is in golf courses. So we partner with 6 golf courses in the triangle, 4 of which are in the Raleigh County areas. Crestwood, Knights Lake, River Ridge, and our facility Tri-Golf, which I'll get to in a little while. But those 4 facilities host us here in Raleigh. Then we've got Hillendale and Falls Village and Durham. And then we kind of reach for our kids. So of those programming locations, we run 5 days a week. We're going Monday through Thursday evening, Saturday morning, 20 plus kids a class, 2 classes a day. So we're staying busy, we're turning them in and out, you know, giving the kids an experience they wouldn't have otherwise, which is super awesome to see. And then the summertime, which I was mentioning this earlier, this is the perfect time for me to be here and speak with you. The weather's turning, golf season's here, everybody's getting excited to get in the golf club. And we kind of roll into summer, so we're in our busy season. And as school is finishing and summer and track out camps begin. We've got 6 weeks in a row of summer camp for our kids. Tied in with track out camps as those that go year round. So that's more of a field trip, golf based, life skills incorporated. It's a longer day, but we take them on field trips, we get them on the golf course, we get them at the driving range, we bring in guest speakers, we feed them, give them snacks. It's a whole day, whole week event for the kids. But we utilize golf. Golf is a vehicle for what we do, but it helps us to as we go along the road and to make those changes in our community and our kids. Our outreach partnerships. So as you mentioned, y'all support a lot of organizations in the area, nonprofits, 501c3s. We also partner with those in the area as well. We can't do this alone. We know that there's a lot of other people doing phenomenal work in the community. We want to be a part of that. So we work with other local nonprofits and we grow together. All right. And so some of the ones that we partner with are Twig, Triangle Women in Golf Kids, Young Men for Christ, Girl Scouts, Community in Schools, Durham Police Athletic League. The list goes on. But those are just a few of the many that we partner with throughout the year, different locations to allow us to grow together in the community and continue to be a stable and be a resource. The most interesting piece is the last 2. They kind of go hand in hand, but I'll split them up to kind of give you a little bit of background on both of them. And so we actually have a partnership with Wake County Schools. So we are in 14 Wake County elementary schools for our programming. What does that mean? We have written an entire curriculum. One of our full-time staff wrote an entire curriculum that we give to PE teachers in Wake County elementary schools. Okay? And we provide the equipment. Those PE teachers teach our curriculum to their kids in the classroom. Great way to just at least introduce the kids to golf. Maybe they like it, maybe they don't, maybe they learn something, maybe they met a new friend, came out of their comfort zone. All of those are great things. But then our goal is just to give them exposure. If they like it, we go down to our after school program. So of those 14 schools, that were in the classroom, we also run after school programs after school. So those kids can sign up if they like it, they stay after, we take them to the golf course. We just recently, a huge accomplishment for us was purchasing our own 16-passenger van for the organization last year. So now we can take those kids from the school to the golf course. So instead of having to we bring golf to kids instead of golf. You know, we bring golf to kids instead of bringing kids to golf. So we can do both now. So we're multi-dimensional, which is super exciting, but our in-school curriculum ties into our after school, because if they like it in the school, then they're going to talk about it in school and talk about it with their friends, their family, and they're going to stay after school. And we can really teach them the skills. We can bring games in, we can involve them in different aspects of the sport. So those are a little bit of our programs. This is the lifeblood of what we do as an organization. This is how we serve 1,500 kids right here, is in a combination of all of these pieces. And one doesn't go without the other. They all go hand in hand as a whole. We teach, everything we do revolves around these right here. And building off of this, you know, we've got a couple more smiley faces, but building off of this, I wanted to kind of touch on some of the things that our kids have opportunities to do. And we are very proud, we hang our hat on this, is that our kids get national recognition. And not only kids, but staff as well. So these are a couple of things that we've been recognized, that we've sent kids to be a part of in the past year. Probably our biggest one is the 2022 First Team National School Teacher of the Year from Brentwood Elementary School located right here in Raleigh. So all 140 plus First Team chapters, there's one Teacher of the Year selected, and that came from right here in Raleigh, North Carolina this year. So that's a huge accomplishment. We're very proud of that, but also all these other opportunities. DE&I committees, golf tournaments, innovators forum, national championships. So a lot of different opportunities within the organization that our kids can go be a part of. Something they never would have probably had the opportunity to do otherwise, like playing at Clemson or Notre Dame or going to Pebble Beach in California. I know I would like to play at Pebble Beach. I don't know about y'all, but really nice course. But it's really cool. Just wanted to share a couple of those with you. But so there's some of our business from those awards right there as well. Mr. Neal, Teacher of the Year, right there in the middle. And the most exciting piece of all of this, the icing on the cake is, which I'm curious how many of you know about it and how many of you might not know about it, is that what we are doing and where we are heading as an organization. So yes, we're going to continue to serve kids. Yes, we're going to continue to be in the community. Yes, we're going to continue to be in the schools. But how do we keep with the sport of golf? As we know, the past 3 years ago, the COVID golf boom has been crazy. Golf courses are limiting our access for our kids, which has been tough, but we understand they've got to drive revenue lines and do the things they need to do for their business. So what did we do in line? We purchased our own facility. We started construction 2 weeks ago on a brand new golf facility here in Raleigh, North Carolina. It's going to be located on Leesville Road, Northwest Raleigh area, right near Briar Creek. We've got 22 acres. It's going to encompass a world-renowned, it's basically a world-renowned golf architect, Gil Hans designed facility. It'll include a par 3 course. It'll include a driving range with full technology. So we're taking Top Golf and bringing it to our facility outdoor, but outdoor version, you know. So you can come to us. Our kids can now incorporate the technology. We can teach them more about technology. The STEM components of education can be looped in. We've got 25,000 square foot Himalaya style putting green. Many of you are familiar with the Cradle at Pinehurst and the putting green at Pinehurst. So Gil Hans designed both of those, and he is designing both of ours. Ours is going to be the Raleigh version of the Cradle, and of course in Pinehurst. Really unique, really special, super exciting. We also have a short game practice area, 1,000 square foot multi-purpose room for our kids programming. So if it's raining outside, we can still serve our kids. That's one of the biggest issues now is when it rains, we have to cancel class, we have to cancel transportation, we have to call moms and dads, we have to call the teachers. It becomes a hassle when a summer shower comes at 4:30 in the afternoon, it's only here for 10 minutes, but we have to cancel it. So this multi-purpose room will allow us to continue to serve those kids no matter what. Indoor outdoor hitting bays, again, for what purposes, and also, you know, allowing people to come on and play games and run tournaments and things like that. Pavilion, playground, conference room for corporate events or meetings or things like that, and a pro shop. And the thing you're probably all wondering is, yes, it will be open to the public. You all are once the doors are open, you're all welcome. We will be serving our kids there. That will be the home of the First Team Triangle. But we would love to have you there. Come check it out. You know, this will be about $8 million golf facility that we're bringing in right here to the Triangle. Construction started 2 weeks ago. Momentum is building. We're ready to go. We're excited. Anticipated timelines probably January, February 2024. So at this rate, we're not far off. We hope that we stay on that timeline in preparation for golf season of next year. So here's some images of all that I just talked about. I'll kind of start. I'm kind of loud. If you can't hear me, just raise your hand. This is the aerial shot of the property we purchased. We've got a little more land down in the back left, but this is the area. The swing pals facility that you probably heard of is going to be right up in this neighborhood, right back here. So we're very close. We're actually partnering with them to have a trail to connect the two facilities, which would be really unique. So this is the property where it will be. What our facility looks like from the road, the curbside, where our building, our bays, our pro shop, our multi-purpose room. And then over on the far right, you can see the kind of aerial view snapshot of the entire 22 acres. So driving range, bit shed, the short game area, par 3 area, the massive putting green on the middle right over there. So that's what it'll look like when it's all said and done. Super exciting, and we're thrilled to have Top Tracers be a part of this project and providing technology for our kids and for the community. So that's where we're headed. This facility, when it's done, will allow us to serve over 2,200 kids a year. So we'll go 1,600 this year through the end of 2023, starting in 2024, whenever this is open, we should be having about 2,200 kids a year coming through this facility alone. Not counting all of our other partner facilities in Raleigh. So super exciting there. And then ways to get involved. I like to say that we're very customizable on how you can support us and how you can get involved. There's no, I mean, we can do any and every way possible, but as you know, we have 170 volunteers last year. Volunteering, volunteer coaching, volunteer with our events, and it is our biggest need. We run off of volunteers. They are our go-tos. And that's the biggest way to make an impact for us. There's other ways, making gifts, sponsoring a kid, being a part of our facility project, as we're almost to the finish line financially for that. And then we just recently announced a partnership with Global Golf here in the Triangle. It's where we can accept golf donations at their facility to help get more clubs and kids. Game Changers Council, the Young Professional Network, similar to that, and so going to be a part of that and kind of expand the network. And then the last piece is participating in our annual events, which our annual events, we run 3 a year. For a nonprofit, we run 3 events a year. A lot of people kind of turn their head, they're like, how do you keep going? Well, you know, we really hang our hat on these 3. So they're all coming up pretty close here. So our Kid-Am golf tournament is held at Prestonwood every year, similar to a Pro-Am style golf tournament, except instead of the pro, you play with one of our First Tee kids. So you really get the experience, you get to hear about their time as a part of First Tee, you get to hear about them, you get to see them play, you get to really just spend 18 holes with one of our participants and really unique experience there. That's on June 19th in Prestonwood. Our Old Chatham Golf Tournament is our prestigious event of the year. Old Chatham only hosts one outside event or one non-member event a year, and it's our golf tournament. So very, very prestigious event, and we're excited to be back after 2 years of construction on the course there. And then our Night for Champions event is our gala at Angus Park. Last year we had Roy Williams as our guest speaker, but we used to do a guest speaker each year, silent auction, live auction, presentation, dinner, kind of a social hours. So those are our 3 events. That's how we continue to keep going as an organization, continue serving kids and being a staple in our community. So I've got the slide here. This is just again our information, my information. Again, I'm very happy to be here. I appreciate the invite to come share what we are doing here in the Triangle. But it doesn't just come from me. I have a message from our kids. They wanted to share a little something with you as well. So. From all of us, thank you for allowing us to be here today and share a little bit more about First Tee. I'm happy to answer any questions that you have. I'm going to hang around if you want to talk more about First Tee or anything that we're doing. But thank you again for what y'all are doing in the community as a club and as individuals, and also for being here and supporting us today as we spread our wings and share our mission. So, thank you.
One question maybe you can answer, what is so unique about golf compared to other sports that, you know, allows you a way to impart like lessons and help kids?
I think there's a lot of answers to that question, but golf in general, I mentioned earlier, you can play no matter what age you are. So you can always be a mentor in this sport, no matter your age, because there's always going to be people looking up to you. You can always teach them something. And I think also we use golf as a vehicle because you learn like perseverance or integrity or honesty or things where you're your own rule keeper. You write your score down and you turn it in. That's golf. So, you know, you can take that with you into life and what you do in life as well. So we try to use the pieces of the sport that what makes golf so unique and transfer that and give them examples and instruction for life examples and how they can kind of see it both ways. And hopefully if they play golf, we do have one First Tee Triangle alumni on the PGA Tour right now. Quinn Raleigh, who played at Duke University. He might be in Raleigh in a couple of weeks for the Corn Ferry UNC Health Championship. He was in it last year. But we know of all of the kids that we've served, not many of them want to be PGA professionals. And so we try to utilize, if they do, we have the tools to get them there. But if whatever else they want to do, we try to just kind of guide them in that way and provide them with whatever tools they need to get to where they want to be.
Yep.
You know, Matt, believe it or not, I was trying to remember, I have two sons and they took this program and I think it was in the early 2000s. So it sounds like when you guys were first starting. But I don't remember a lot about it, but it was basically just lessons in golf. Now you mentioned, can you walk through, you said the kids take financial literacy, and other things. So what is a typical kid? You know, they play like 4 rounds of golf, do they get on a team? What does that course look like for a kid?
So there's a bunch of different ones, but I'll sum your question up into our golf course, our green grass programming is 7-week long program, 1 day a week, 7 weeks. You come to the facility and you basically learn golf. You're in a group of 20 to 25 kids per class. You split up into 3 sections and you learn the basics of golf, friendship, communication, rules, etiquette. You kind of build all of that into the 7-week program. As you progress, you can level up or you can age up to the next level. You can also, depending on your interests, if you want to go to more of the, like the financial literacy side, the young professional development series, you can do both. So we kind of mention it in the golf course programming, but that's basically just basic focus on the golf itself. And then we build around that. So if we get you to the golf programming piece and you like it and you're hooked, then we can expand that. Or if you just want to do the professional side, say we have a brother and a sister. The brother wants to play golf, the sister wants to, work on learning new things. We can put her in the professional development series and the brother can be in the golf course-based program. It's tailored to be however the kid or the family and the parents kind of want or see themselves in the program. But yes, it's golf course based. We do golf tournaments, so we book tee times every Saturday for kids. They just sign up and go play. We cover the fee. They just go play. They get on the board. Piggybacking off that question, one of the most fascinating things that we've seen in the past couple of years is the turn of family members wanting to play golf. And I know Tom mentioned that, and I'm connecting with a couple of you in here wanting to learn the game. We teach the kids the sport. They go home and talk about it to their parents. Their parents don't know anything about it, so they can't have a conversation with their kids about something that they really enjoy. And so now we've started to expand into, adult lessons, adult classes, adult, kind of Q&A sessions. We built in a Q&A session into our programs just for the parents to be able to get basic knowledge to talk to their kids about the sport. Because I think that's important when they take it home with them, they want to at least have a conversation, talk about what they learned today, something cool that they did, a nice shot they made, stuff like that. So.
Well, good one, Matt. I know when this Arnold Palmer sweater was made about 50 years ago, there were many barriers to golf, frankly, and sort of a closed system. And it's great to see it being opened up to the community through what you're doing and more and more. Thank you very much. We do want to present you with a special mug from Rotary with our 4-way test on the back. You'll hear us recite shortly. And thanks again very much for visiting with us.
Thank you, O'Brien.
Right, Rotarians, if you would please stand for 4-way test. People do the meeting of the things we think and say to do. This is the truth. Is it fact for all? Will be beneficial for all. Yeah.